all the grandparents that we loved so much and we lost, and I thought that was a really nice way. So, you know, round of applause for that and for the ones we lost. All right, so now on to Ryan though. So I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the influence our older sisters had on Ryan. The two of us are younger brothers to two older sisters, Megan and Kayla. And growing up, the two of them really liked to play dress up. And Ryan was their very, very willing participants in these activities. So maybe if we're lucky, we can pull up some of these photos from a while ago with Ryan in some tight jeans and maybe a belly shirt if we're lucky.
I think you make it.
But luckily I was around to keep him in check. Now Ryan and I as kids we did Ryan and I as kids we did a lot of things that brothers do. We would play out in the yard, sports, play basketball. I remember the first time I beat him one-on-one in basketball. And I did it many more times. I remember throwing the football out in the yard. When we would throw the football out in the yard, Ryan had a tendency to lead me into things. I got a lot of injuries from that. Ryan one time, and Ryan was a quarterback in high school, a very good quarterback. So he knew what he was doing. So Ryan would throw to me like he was Steve Young and I'm Jerry Rice catching the ball. And literally, oh, this is perfect, there's a pole right here. He throws it to me, and it's just like, bam. Then I hit the pole, and I'm down on the ground. I might still have a bump from that one. There were a couple other times where he's leading me into mailboxes that always had a couple bees nests in them. So he really gave me a good beating back then. But like I said, outstanding quarterback. You know, Ryan was a good football player. There were a couple other things that Ryan was really good at. One being holding his breath. Ryan was a Cub Scout champion at holding his breath. The only thing that everyone else didn't know was that he was breathing out of his nose the entire time. So the reality is the only way he would have lost that competition is if Stephanie was there to take his breath away. The moment I thought of that line the other night was like, all right, I got this. But Stephanie, I can honestly say I've been really tight with my brother my whole life, but I honestly can say that I think since you've been around, our relationship has strengthened for the better. You've always allowed me to feel very comfortable being really goofy and really weird. Yeah, Jack London State Park a few months ago. We had a really weird and fun time. It was great. Colorado. And I see this. You do the same thing for Ryan every single day. You continuously bring out that goofy side. Ryan has that goofy side, and we know that. And I love you for that. You know, it's just Ryan and I. We've always, like I said, we've always been tight, but we don't always have to be so serious with one another. Like I said, you brought out that goofy side, and we've been able to be goofy. Stephanie, you're just fun, you're loving, you're adventurous. Think about the way you guys got engaged. She definitely passed the Indian Lake / Adirondack test. Right, Grandma? Yep. Ryan took her to the top of Snowy Peak, which is 3,900 feet tall, one of the most prominent mountains in New York State. And she said yes. She said yes, and she had a smile on her face. They came down in the dark, and it was a truly outstanding moment. Stephanie's always had this childlike giddiness to her. I remember when you were planning Ryan's 30th birthday party, you put a lot of work into that. And I remember you texted me, and it was like, everything was coming together. So you sent me this text like, everything is coming together. The plan is coming together. I'm like a child, giddy right now. And that childlike giddiness is part of what makes you the awesome Aunt Stessie that you are. The very awesome Aunt Stessie. Yeah. But what I want to say to you is you're perfect for my brother. You bring out a joy that we haven't seen since the crop top and skinny jean days. I had to take a dig at him somewhere. Ryan, I have a note card that I wrote down, but I kind of threw it out and ripped it up. I have to do this part from the heart. You have truly been everything you want a big brother to be. You always looked out for me as your younger brother. It's a 2-year age gap, so we'd be in school together a lot of the time, and there was this security, knowing Ryan was always there. Ryan, you've been a true leader for our family. I hope you know that. You've been an inspiration, not only to me, to plenty of others. And in a recent conversation, I recall you reminded me that you have my back. And that's not something you ever need to remind me of. I've always known that. And for that, I am forever grateful. So thank you. And lastly, to wrap things up, Ryan and Stephanie, I truly love you. I'm so excited for the next chapter of your life. I don't have any marital advice to give you because I am not married. But I guess we'll go with Mr. Quealy's line, love to be loved.
Oh boy.
All right, please raise a glass for the happy couple. Cheers.